Okay, give me a second. Boom and boom. All right. We are in business. Okay. So hi everybody, Tekking here. The power is currently out in my house. And you can see that by over here. You can tell that there's no light in this corner of my studio, so you can tell that the power is out in the entire house. You just have to trust me on that one. But the cool thing is, I remembered I have these awesome studio lights that have battery backups, and I don't usually use the battery because I usually plug the lights in, but they're so handy, way better than the other studio lights I had for years that had light bulbs. These are, let me actually show you, I can unplug them here, and boom, you can have instant light in whatever room you want for filming, and they're super handy. And I've only used the battery backup a few times, but these are newer brand lights. Really like this company. They've come out with some really good stuff. So yeah, and the battery lasts quite a while. I think on the battery backup, probably at least a good hour, maybe 2 hours with this at like full strength, and they're pretty awesome. I also have some filters over here that I use sometimes, like see a filter, there you go, and like, yeah, that's how it is. So, yeah, power's out. It just seems no matter where I live, there's always power outages. Actually, you know what? I have lived in this house for going on 8 months now, and this is the first time that there has been a power outage, okay? Compared to where I was living before, which was a mountain village out in the middle of nowhere, where every winter the power would go out, like, at least 4 or 5 times, like, at least. And when the power went out there, it was like out in the middle of nowhere and the population wasn't that big, so it was like if there was other towns that were dealing with power outages, we were always like on the bottom of the list. So I'm not even kidding you, power would go out sometimes for, 12, 14 hours, if not longer, until they finally, managed to fix the problem. In this instance, it was actually a traffic accident, which I actually don't know much more about that. I hope everybody was okay. But yeah, there's a traffic accident, so there's no power, but I still need to film videos, of course. In fact, I need to film more videos for my trip. I'm making a 2-week trip to California at the beginning of July, and I'm filming a bunch of videos, and I haven't edited any of them yet. I have like 6 videos I filmed so far, but I still have to get a lot done, and then plus some other miscellaneous stuff. So this is going to be one of those. This is going to be the miscellaneous video I'm filming in the dark and on the battery power of my camera and my lights. So we should really get this moving, okay? So this is a video. I wanted to talk more about something I said in the last review, which was the chapter 1052 review, and I was talking about how I would structure the last review I ever did for One Piece, okay? So, like, the last chapter of One Piece is out, and whatever number that'll be, and whatever year that'll be. Last chapter of One Piece, like, it's over. Like, we might get some supplemental stuff after this. Maybe another mangaka will continue the One Piece story, or maybe there'll be a prequel or something, but as for Oda is concerned, his last chapter of One Piece, how would I go about reviewing that? Now, being a YouTuber, especially being me, I have a lot of wacky ideas every now and then on how to film my videos, right? And here's the thing, like, there are things that I might be able to actually edit and, video and everything like that, given just my skills, because I did not go to school to learn how to use, like, really complicated video editing or anything like that. You give me something like Adobe Premiere in front of me, and I'll be like, I don't know how this works, Anything involving, like, that level, probably not me. I've been using Power Director version 14 for, like, I don't know, 6 years. And before that, it was, like, just Power Director version 12 or Power Director version 9. 9 was the first version I started using, the HD footage. So it was literally like Windows Movie Maker at the beginning of my YouTube career, and then when I started making the switch over to HD footage and then, editing software, because Windows Movie Maker version 2.6 that I used couldn't even edit HD footage. It was great. It was like you try to import a 720 file into that, and it's just like, whoa, this is way too many P. This is way too much P, Windows Movie Maker version 2.6, that shit could handle like 360, maybe, It's like, what are you doing here? So, that's what I use, okay? I use Power Director version 14, and for what I use it for, my videos are really not all that complicated, Like, I just film myself, like, hello, everybody, how you doing? Wacky, wacky, here's a brick, I'm talking in front of a bunch of, animated characters, I'm wearing a suit, okay, great. I throw images up, and that's pretty much it. Every once in a while, I'll do, like, a visual effect or something. That's pretty much the extent of what I can do, okay? But every now and then I get these wacky ideas for videos that are more grandiose and more crazy, and it's just like, there's no way in hell I would have the skill set to do this, right? And so in that case, like for example, like an easy example to understand is when a video requires like a specific piece of artwork for like the thumbnail or in the video itself, like I need something specific, in which case I just commission an artist, and I have a lot of great artists that I've worked with over the years that I've commissioned artwork from for the channel. We have, you know, we have Taplow, we have Pitch Art, we have Andy, we have Stefan, who did the amazing King artwork over here. Actually, let's get a shot of King. Actually, you know what? Let's just move the whole tripod. Why not? Let's bring the light over here. All right, there we go. There's Stefan's artwork of King, and there's Luffy 420 that did, you know, the Nami, and pretty much all of the actual, like, paintings in the room are done by Luffy 420. I don't know if that one is done, the brick version. I don't think that was done by Luffy 420. That was done by somebody else. But, you know, a lot of really great artists and everything. So, and there's also, by the way, another project that I'm in the middle of working on right now with somebody that I don't want to spoil yet because it hasn't really gotten off, it hasn't, like, started yet, but trust me, when it finally becomes realized, it would be insane. You'll love it, okay? But, you know, so that's things that I can't do. I have to get other people, I have to hire other people to do it for me, okay? Because I just don't know how to, okay? So the last review, though, of One Piece, I'm just gonna tell you what, in a perfect world, if I had like an endless amount of money and resources and time, this is what it would be, okay? I want to stress, this is not going to happen, all right? When I begin to explain to you what I would like, you know, in like my greatest daydream of what the last chapter review of One Piece would be, and I hinted at it in the review, but it would cost like an absurd amount of money, all right? And just time and effort that I don't think it would be feasible. But this is what I want to do, okay? So first and foremost, I want to get a big studio, like a professional studio, not something tiny like this, like pretty much honestly like an auditorium, something where you would do like a play or a theater production, some kind of concert. You know, I want that level of venue for this, okay? So already we're talking, and I want it to be in a major city. I'm talking New York City or Los Angeles, California, okay? So if we're talking something like that, to rent out for a production, already the cost has shot straight through the roof, okay? And by the way, in case you're wondering why I would do it in those cities when I live out in the middle of Pennsylvania, why would I do that in Los Angeles or New York? It's so I would like to invite people, my fans, to come and to see, and those are major cities, and that would be really cool, right? So anyway, already the cost of this is shooting through the roof, but this would open, okay, so I'm a really big fan, or I was a big fan because the show actually ended, but the Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson, okay? And it's the Late Late Show with James Corden now, but, you know, it used to be with Craig Ferguson, and I watch it every now and then now, but I was a big fan of Craig when he ran the show, okay? So it was a late night talk show, and he did it for 10 years. And in the last episode of the Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson, they did this amazing musical number where they had like a whole backing choir, and then people in, you know, outfits coming out and dancing and singing, and they had a full band, and I'm looking at that, and it was amazing. It was incredible. It was phenomenal. It's up on YouTube if you want to go watch it. I'll leave a link, but that is basically the idea for what I wanted to do for like the last like chapter review of One Piece, okay? So it basically would be like that, where we have this huge venue. I hire a bunch of people that are professional dancers, professional singers, a professional band, get in there, all dressed up like One Piece characters. And when I say dressed up like One Piece characters, I'm not talking about like going on Amazon and ordering like a cheap little cosplay of whatever. I'm talking like we get professional costume artists, people, makeup artists, people that like are in actual like makeup artists in like movies and shit. And we get them in there, and we actually get these people to look like One Piece characters. You know what I mean? Like actual costumes and proper thing. Like this would be basically the equivalent of a theater production is what I'm talking about here. That level, that quality shit, okay? So we get a bunch of people that are professional dancers and stuff. They do dance numbers and stuff. I don't dressed up like we have them dressed up like the warlords or something. We have Mihawk. We have, you know, Mihawk has Yoru and all that shit. Okay, so we got Mihawk over there, he's got Yoru dressed up like that, we got Boa, we got a guy dressed like Kuma, we got somebody dressed like Moria, we got somebody dressed like Buggy, and they come in and do like a dance number or something routine. Meanwhile, there's like a backing choir, you know, I don't know, like what group would be the choir? I don't know. We have the Revolutionary Army Choir, we have a guy dressed like Dragon, and then Sabo, and then all of the commanders are back there. We got a guy in a furry suit dressed like Lindbergh, you know, like everybody's the Mink Choir. Everyone's in the background dressed like the Minks doing dance numbers or whatever and like singing and crap. And then we have a band. We have somebody that's like dressed up like Brooke. Maybe that's the only thing, like actually not in a skeleton outfit because, you know, that would probably make it difficult to actually play the guitar or whatever. But like, you know, dressed up like actual Brooke. Maybe we could get Ian Sinclair, who's the English VA for Brooke. Maybe we could just get him in there, put the feathered boa and the sunglasses. I don't know if he plays guitar, but whatever, we could fix that or something. He would just be the singer, right? He'll just be the singer. We have somebody else doing the guitar and the bass and the drums and everything. And then we have a live-ass rendition of Bone to be Wild or New World. And he's like, for the new world. And that kicks it all off, right? And there's dance numbers and everything. And then I come out and then I'm all dressed to the nines. I got like an actual suit that fits me for a change. Because fun fact, in all the years that I have done this on YouTube and I've filmed myself, you know, doing like wacky reviews in suits and all that crap, I have never worn a suit that actually properly fits me, okay? Because I am very short, all right? Like every suit that I've worn, it's like some have come close, but another, like, no suit I've ever worn properly fits me. I mean, some have come close, but never quite there. So this is the suit I have right now. Hold on, let me put this on. And it's a nice suit. I like it. It's a nice suit. It's perfectly fine, except, you know, my sleeves kind of come down a little bit. Like, I'm more of a fan of, like, tight-fitting kind of suits or whatever, right? So this one's kind of more loose on me than I would prefer, but I've gotten used to it, you know, over the years. It's just what it is, okay? So I'll get an actual suit that's, like, tailored to me specifically. I could do that right now, honestly. I don't have to wait for this theater production that's never going to happen. I could get that done right now, but I just never got around to it. But I'll have something like that, and then I'll walk out, right? And then there's like a podium. This is all, by the way, this is all the intro. Everything I've just described to you, that's the intro. Oh, the Straw Hats, too. We're gonna have the members of the Straw Hats. Like, somebody's gonna walk in, cosplaying as Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Nami, Usopp, you know, Frankie's gonna be there. I don't know how we're gonna do Frankie's outfit. We'll figure out a way. I don't know. Maybe the Frankie Shogun will be on, like, you know, a trolley or something. It's part of a stage show, basically. Also, I just realized there's a copyright issue here, because I have no idea how this would even be allowed. You know, well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If I did a whole review, like let's say I got some of my friends to dress up like One Piece characters, come in here and then do a YouTube video with me, that wouldn't be, like, against copyright. That would be perfectly fine, right? I assume that would be perfectly fine. So what's the difference if I just do it in a theater stage? Like, maybe if I was selling tickets, I think that might be the issue. Like, if I was selling tickets to this theater show and I had everybody dressed up like One Piece characters and it's like a One Piece choir thing, that, I think, would be the problem with copyright, okay? But if it was just me renting out a stage or whatever and just having people dressed up like One Piece characters and I'm just filming a YouTube video, I guess that would be okay. Here's, well, that you know, kind of brings us to a larger problem here, is that I would not be able to do all this by myself, obviously. This would be, that would be like saying, like, one person handles an entire theater production, or one person handles, like, an independent film or something like that. Obviously, you have so many people to help out here. So, reasons why this will never happen. Number one is money. I have no idea of what I just described to you, how much that will cost, but I'm assuming it will be in the tens of thousands of dollars, if not $100,000. I don't know if it would cost $100,000. That's a lot of money. I don't know if it would cost that much, but I don't know. Renting out an entire studio, an entire, like, theater house or whatever in a major city for several days, because, you know, you have to do, like, costume rehearsal, other rehearsals, you know, there's going to be a script here, okay? Not a long one, but it's not going to be as, like, an actual play, but it's going to be extensive, right? There's a lot of stuff going on here. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening, so I'm not just going to be able to rent this studio out for like a day and then just do it, right? This is going to take like a week or two or some shit, right? So that's cost of loan for that. Then every single person that's involved here, just the people you would see, like the dancers and the band and the choir, but then also everyone behind the scenes. Do you know how much shit goes into making just like an independent movie? You can't just have actors. You You got to have people on sound. You got to have people on lighting. You got to have people that are like, you know, in charge. This person's in charge of continuity. This person's in charge of costumes. This person's in charge of blah, blah, blah. This person's in charge of craft services, you know, food for everybody. I can't just have everyone come in here and just be like, all right, we're going to be working for 12 hours today. You're not going to get any food. There's a McDonald's down the road. Have fun. No, it's going to have a buffet. It's going to have an awesome seafood themed buffet. All right. So this alone would cost so much money just to hire everybody, bring them in, like an interviewing process. Like this would be so extensive. I need people to help me with that. Right. So they're all alone. It's crazy when you start adding up everything. Right. So then after all of that, like drivers, people like drive. This is a major city. People like drive all over the city, get you to pick up and like dropped off and everything like that. Dude, I don't even know what else. Like, oh yeah, the camera equipment, because I would need this to be filmed. I'm not going to film this on my, I mean, this is an okay camera, my Panasonic. It's an all right camera, but this is going to be like the last review. This is going to be bombastic. I'm going to get like professional camera equipment in here. I'm going to get like a Red Dragon or some shit, like 3 different angles, maybe an angle up there, an angle over here, an angle down there, an angle up my nose, you know, just angles all over the place. Sound guys everywhere with boom mics, you know. It's going to be out the ass. It's going to be crazy. We're going to have this crazy setup. That's going to cost money to rent the camera equipment and the sound equipment. Editing, you know, because it would be a whole new setup, a whole new situation. Editing would have to hire an editor for this. Like, it would be insanity, right? Like, I mean, you start counting for everything that would be involved here. But my God, it would be fabulous. My God, this is not going to happen. I reiterate, this is not going to happen. But if it did, in the parallel universe where this does happen, holy shit, that would be crazy awesome to watch, right? Like, there's an empty stage, and then I walk out, and then just like, welcome to the last chapter review of One Piece, and then I bow, and then everybody just comes out and just a freaking stage show. Maybe I could get some other YouTubers in, like Roger and Liam. We'd fly Liam in from Australia. Like, come on, everybody, let's just all join in for this. Just like, we're already spent $100,000 on this production. Why not more people? Whatever. If I win the lottery, though, if I win like the Powerball, and I don't play the lottery really, because that's honestly a thing in my family where people constantly, like my grandmother played the lottery so damn much, and she won some money, but she would only tell us probably about when she was winning the money. All the money that she lost over the years, she probably didn't care for that. And then my mom is also the same way, and I was for a while. I would buy those scratch-off tickets all the damn time, every time I went to the gas station, and I just decided to stop that, because I'm like, I'm losing. I'm never going to, like, you know, you're not going to win. You're just going to keep losing more than you win. So I haven't bought a lottery ticket since like May of last year or some shit. But anyway, if I do end up playing the lottery and I win the Powerball and it's something like absurd, like $500 million, it's like, okay, in that ridiculous scenario, sure, then we can do this. Okay, but God, anyway. And so then after this intro with everyone dancing and like, la la la, you know, for the new world, everyone's dancing, everything, you got Nami and Robin and Vivi and everyone, Boa's dancing around and everything like that. And then we just have like a giant, like a projector screen come down, like, and then I step out on this podium, like a podium in the middle of the stage or whatever, and then I just put the One Piece chapter up on the giant ass screen, and then I just review it like normal. Except like we'll have characters come in, like for example, like when Luffy, like we have the actors there. They're dressed like the characters. Might as well go with this, right? So we'll have a scene. Maybe I'll write little comedy sketches and whatever, because I'm gonna have pretty much every One Piece character, every major One Piece character at my disposal. So it's just like, hey, this is a funny scene involving Luffy and Usopp. So we have the actors dressed as Luffy and Usopp act out the scene right in front of me. You know all those crazy tangents I go on in reviews where I'm like, man, it would be funny if, like, you know, Robin said this to Sanji, or it would be funny if Frankie fought, oh, what was the one I had recently? Oh yeah, where Frankie, like, was the one that, like, mowed down the remaining members of Kaido's crew. Like, Frankie was just like, you know, just leave them to me, and he just, you know, just guns down all the remaining members of the crew. And then Momo and Yamato and Frankie, they all, like, form a crack commando unit to take down, you know, like the Big Mom crew or something like that. I can't remember the exact premise, but like if I had the actors there dressed as the characters, it wouldn't just me saying it. It would be like actually happening on stage. Okay, and then that would be the whole review. Now go through the whole review by page like I normally do, and then just acting the scenes out and everything like that. And then at the end of the chapter, we have a big standing ovation, and we all do a bow and everything like that. And the people in the audience would be like my fans. People I would give out tickets on my channel or something. I guess once again I wouldn't be able to pay. You couldn't pay for it because that might have a problem with other things. But like it's like, all right, you know, I'll do a contest on my channel or something to hand out tickets, and people get the tickets and they all come into the studio and we all do the final review and whatever, and it's filmed and edited and put up on the channel and everything like that. So that, and then it ends with fireworks, because why the fuck not? Just why not, right? Already so much money has been spent, why not end with fireworks? Okay, explosions, and we have a fog machine and whatever, I don't know, like, yeah, the curtain falls, you know, end of the One Piece story. Okay, so that is my idea. That is my ideal way to end the One Piece chapter review series on the channel, as the ideal way for me to end that story, okay? Once again, and I feel like I really need to push this point, this is not going to happen, all right? So I'm sorry. I'm sorry if everyone's getting excited right now, like, wow, this sounds like so cool. I can't wait until the last chapter comes out and you say, oh, and it has to end with me doing the Orochi voice, because of course I promised that it would. So right as like curtain call is about to happen, like we're all like, okay, and just be like, or is curtain call at the beginning of a play or at the end of the play? I don't know much. But like right before the play ends and we do the bow, I'd be like, I am Lord Orochi, goodbye everybody, and then that's it, boom, curtain falls, and then end of play, standing ovation, I'm sure. Okay, and then, you know, whatever, we all go out to a bar or something afterwards, because it's like, all right, that was, I don't know why we did all that, but man, I'm happy that we did. Okay, and I don't drink, but I would get drunk as shit that night. Okay, oh my goodness. Okay, so that would be, that's the ideal. That's the ultimate idea. If I ever win the lottery, that's what will happen. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you. Thanks for watching, everybody. I ordered food from DoorDash because, you know, oh yeah, I realized that I was gonna go out and get food. I go out into my garage and I'm like, click, click. I'm like, garage door doesn't open. No power, dumbass. And I'm like, okay. And the people that lived here before me did not install a emergency manual cord on the garage door, so I have to go get one of those. And I'm like, I probably could have managed to, like, you know, do it myself without the cord, like get up on a ladder and, like, you know, like open the garage door that way manually. But yeah, I just like, it's not a big deal. Power will be on at some point, right? Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Tekking signing out. Yeah.